Hey everyone, it's been a while since I've made any videos. I've been crazy busy at work, uh, been working out a lot after work, been trying to cut weight, been got a lot going on. But today I want to take some time and talk about a rifle that, in my opinion, is still 100% relevant, even though there are some people out there that say it's not the greatest. Um, in particular, I want to talk about the Springfield Armory m1a, or as some people refer to it as the M14. This is an M14 clone. This is not full auto, as you can see. I do keep this one loaded. Chamber is empty. Okay. This rifle is 100% still relevant in 2024, going into 2025. There are so many things that make this gun still relevant. The fact that it is still in military service in limited quantities, in limited applications, and for good reason. You know, this one has already got it drilled and tapped, and got the little notch here for the mount. All I have to do is undo the stripper clip guide, put a scope on this, or put a rail and a scope over this, get a cheek riser to raise this up, and voila, you've got a very good 900 meter rifle. 900 meters would be pushing it. About 900 yards would be pushing it, in my opinion. I am not a trained expert with this rifle, so if any of you old guys or older generation from like Vietnam, or you spent a lot of time training with this rifle, comment down below and tell me exactly what the effective range of this is, because I've seen it all over the place, from 500, 600. I watched a video called 9-Hole Review, and they did a pretty good job. They were using some really, really good ammunition. I was using some really, really crappy ammunition, just off the shelf ammo, full metal jacket. Ran great. I had zero failures to feed, failure to eject, failure to fire, nothing, no problems whatsoever with this gun. And this gun, I bought this used at a pawn shop. Walked in, seen it, walked over, picked it up, and the first thing I thought, oh boy, I hope this is not a Chinese clone. Looked it on the back, cover up my serial number, it said Springfield Armory. I was like, grabbed it right off the rack. Right as I did that, the guy was walking in and said, damn, you already got it? Yep. And took it over and put this back on layaway several years ago. But this gun is very accurate, okay? And I think that why a lot of people hate on this gun is the fact that some people call it a boomer gun or a FUD gun. Well, that's just relevancy, okay? I'm going to do some, analogies. Well, kind of, okay? This right here is a dated firearm, okay? It's an older design, but it is still relevant. It just depends on the application that you're using it in, okay? Would I use this in self-defense? Probably not. But if I had to, a 50 cal was a 50 cal. Back in the day, since this has rifling, this would be a very modern rifle, way back in the day. Okay? This, it's dated, but it's still relevant. I've killed a couple deer with this rifle. It works great. As far as I'm concerned, guns are only meant to defend you, defend yourself, put food on the table, and act as an active deterrent against your enemies. It still works. So, would I call this gun still relevant? Heck yes, I would. You know, this thing, you know, it's heavy. It's a lot heavier than like an AR-10 or anything like that. And it's nowhere near as modular, but it doesn't have to be. You don't have to put all these Gucci gadget crap all over your rifle just to go lay down and hit paper. You know, I mean, it just comes down to what you use it for. Like this right here, I bought this strictly for the intention of adding this to my collection, because at the time that I had this, I got this one first, then I got an M1 Garand, and then I was in the process of getting a Thompson, so that way I could have quite a bit of World War II, end of World War II, early 90s collection. That's what I like. I like from World War II to early 90s and some of the stuff that they're making in early 2000. After that, I kind of fall off. But I love all guns. But this thing, I've personally reached out a little over 500 yards with this rifle using iron sights with my glasses on. I didn't go out and get upgraded prescriptions or anything crazy like that. And using shitty ammo with I think it was 10 or 15 mile an hour wind gusts of crosswind. And I was able to dial it in and hold groups very, very tightly. I was actually pretty impressed. I held a consistent 8-inch group, which is roughly kind of the same size of a dinner plate, okay, with this rifle shooting from a rested position. Okay, the only thing I had to do was literally keep this rifle, keep it tucked in my shoulder, keep it tucked in, and squeeze the trigger. That is literally all I had to do. Okay, and this rifle does kick. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Let it surprise you. Let it surprise you. Let that trigger squeeze, 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 and then it goes off. Okay. Another cool thing about this gun is it has a bayonet look. Cool thing about that is you can put a bayonet on it. Now, practical application, I don't think I'll ever have to use a bayonet unless this country is invaded and I'm in a really, really, really bad situation. That the odds of that happening are astronomically low. But it's good to have one. Another cool thing about this that I did a little bit of research on was, if you're familiar with the term lock, stock, and barrel, well, that's where the M1 Garand and the M14 and the M1a get their name lock, stock, and barrel from, because you can pop this out, pull out your trigger pack assembly, pull your barrel out, lock, stock, and barrel, because you got your barreled assembly up here, slips into your stock, and then you put your assembly in and it locks into place. Lock, stock, and barrel, which is kind of cool. These things are pretty freaking accurate. Consistency is just the basis for accuracy, which all accuracy is consistency. You know, and you know, don't pass off getting one of these. If you see one of these for 17, 18 or up, they're worth getting. Okay, if you're into reloading and you live in a more free state, 25 round magazines are absolutely freaking amazing. 25 rounds of 308 on tap, or 25 plus 1 on tap, that's quite a bit. Now there are guns out there that hold more and have bigger, badder ammo that they're shooting, but for me, a centerfire 308 capable of reaching out easily 500 yards all day long, that's all I need. I don't need to reach out a mile, 2 miles, or anything crazy like that. Like, I mean, there are some variants of this rifle that are chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor that, whew, those things really reach out there. They glass bed the stocks, they do all the crazy Gucci stuff to it, and man, those rifles are expensive, but man, can they hold a tight group out at long ranges. And boy, are they fun to shoot. I have not shot one, but because I'm kind of partial to the old school 30 cal. I love it. It works great. Another thing that, you know, since I showed this gun and this gun, you know, how I was talking about relevancy, you know, this is a dated platform. This is a dated platform. If you really stop and think about it, you know, like this 1911, this is a modern take on a old design. This is another Springfield Armory. Okay, this one, I do keep it loaded, but I don't have one in the chamber. This one, you know, it's a dated gun. If you really stop and think about it, like this one, this gun right here is a dated firearm. Okay, this is my carry gun. Any gun past its manufacture date is a dated gun because it's not exactly relevant. Everything throughout history, as new stuff gets made, old stuff gets pushed down. That's just life. This gun is 100% still relevant, and no, I'm not a FUD. I just really, really like this platform, and I have spent a lot of time and a lot of money into this rifle, learning the ins and outs of the operating system, getting it sighted in, shooting it, understanding what type of ammunition I need to get for reloading for this to squeeze my group even tighter, and finding a guy that knows more about this gun than I do and taught me a thing or two about it, and that was a very humbling experience. You know, there are firearms trainers everywhere in this country, everywhere, and I encourage everybody and their brother and sister to go get training. Go get it. You know, whether you're training with an AR, which I love doing. I like using my AR. Would I shoot my AR over this? Yeah. Any day of the week. Now, if I had to reach out 500 yards, am I going to use my 223 or my 5.56 or whatever chambering my AR I decide to pick? No, I'm going to use this. You know, it just depends on your package. You know, car and truck guys. Well, you're not going to take a Honda, what are those little Hondas? Honda Civics. You're not going to take a Honda Civic to a mud fest. And a truck guy is not going to take a Honda Civic to, or take his truck to a Honda Civic meet, like little car meet. They're not going to do that. It's what your application is. Your application of your tool, gun, tool, vehicles, tools, it depends on what you need. Okay? That's why I'm saying this gun is 100% relevant, even in today's standards. You know, I'll change it around a little bit. If, let's say I hypothetically had to use this in a self-defense situation, it is no different than if I used my 1911, my muzzleloader over here, or my carry gun. doesn't matter. They are tools, they are weapons, and they work. You know, that one over there, percussion cap, meh, you run into some variables with that as opposed to these three. But my main point is these rifles are 100% worth it. I very, very highly recommend that you get one because they're a good, cheap-ish option. Now, if you want to go with a bolt-action rifle that'll really frickin' reach out there, I've got one on layaway. It is a Bagara B14 HMR Wilderness. I don't know if the designations are broken up or if it was a mistype online or if that's an actual model. I'm just telling you what I read. I'm getting one in 300 Win Mag. 300 Win Mag. Out of the box, that rifle is a 1200 to 1500 yard rifle all day long. All day long. I'm not getting the carbon fiber barrel. I am getting the full steel barrel all the way through, no carbon fiber, because I want that foot recoil to be pretty low. If I get the carbon fiber, by the time I go to sight it in after my 5th or 6th round, I don't exactly want that barrel heating up. And when I go to take a class, I want to be sending a lot of ammo downrange, easily over 100 per class. And if you are looking for some really good training, I will leave a link in the description below. Go check out. The guy is very, very knowledgeable, and he really knows his stuff. He's really, really amazing. I can't say enough about the guy. He's absolutely freaking amazing to go to. But I will leave the link for his stuff down below. I'm gonna get off here, y'all. It's pretty late. I'm pretty tired and just got off work. I know this isn't my work uniform. I need to start doing some stuff around the house. I wanted to get a video posted. I'm trying to build a schedule to where every Saturday or every Sunday I make a video and I post it. So take care, y'all. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't checked out the Sean Ryan Show or Vigilance Elite, go over there and get yourself a hat. Go over there and get yourself something. Just go support that channel. That channel is absolutely amazing. I don't know the guy, never met him, but the content that guy is putting out is astronomical. It is great, good content, and he seems like a really, really awesome guy, and I stand behind that 100%. So I'm all about supporting good channels and doing shout outs. So take care, y'all. I need to get off here. Bye.